You speak French?
I took French classes a long time ago. I don't remember much.
Okay, so it's going to be a good exercise today for you.
Oui, monsieur. Okay, we're going to start. I'd like to welcome those of you who are joining us for the first time. If you've been with us before, welcome back. If you have questions, please put them in the Q&A portal, and we'll get to them as time allows. If you put them in English, if you put them in French, it'll be a little challenging to translate, but I know you're practicing your French, but we'll try to do our best with that. If you put them in English, we know they can get answered right away. Special thanks to Bestil Radicic, whose efforts made this conversation possible. So let us begin. Hello and welcome. Let's try this once more. Let me just, in English and French, is it pronounced HIZIA?
HIZIA.
HIZIA, okay, HIZIA. And can you translate HIZIA in English?
H.
Oh, is there an English translation for HIZIA?
HIZIA? No, it's
just a name.
Yeah, that's true.
Okay. All right, great. That's why I thought it was a name. Okay, great. Let's begin. Okay, sorry, folks. Hello, and welcome to FilmSlam Stream's post-film conversation for HIZIA. My name is Eric Siler, and I'm a professor of film, media arts, and communications, as well as moderator for this conversation. We're very pleased to be joined by the director and the producer of HIZIA. The director of HIZIA is Shanaba Zariab, and the producer is Lucas Toth, and our translator is Oriane, and they are all joining us from Paris. Bonjour and welcome.
Bonjour.
We might have some French students who are watching this. So Shanaba and Lucas, can you say bonjour to our French-speaking students in French?
Bonjour à tous et merci d'être avec nous aujourd'hui.
Bonjour, on est ravis d'être avec vous aujourd'hui.
Well, thank you. Merci beaucoup to both of you for those French greetings. Appreciated that. HIZIA is a very interesting film. What the idea for the film? Was it you, Lucas, or was it you, Shanaba? And how did you come up with the idea?
Comment vous avez eu l'idée d'HIZIA et comment se fait-il?
J'avais écrit le projet et en fait j'en ai parlé à Lucas qui s'est intéressé au film. Nous étions amis au départ et c'est comme ça qu'on est venu à travailler dessus.
So I'd written the film and I'd spoke to Lucas about the project and we discussed the project furthermore, and that's how we came about going forth with the project.
Okay. As the producer, Lucas, what did you do to make this film as a producer?
Oh, so I did my best to develop the script with Chabname because she's the director, but she's also an author of her shorts, and then I did my best to get all the funds possible in France. So it took maybe around 2 years to make it possible, and from the beginning of the development and the shooting, maybe like around 2 years. And we shot the film last year during 6 days, close to in France, but in Corsica, the island.
Okay, Shanab, is this a true story, or is this a story that you just made up?
Est-ce que c'est une vraie histoire ou c'est une histoire que tu as créée?
Non, c'est en fait, j'avais fait 2 films en persan parce que je suis originaire d'Afghanistan.
So it's an original idea, and I created this idea because I'm originally from Afghanistan.
J'avais fait 2 films en persan avant,
I had created 2 films in Persian prior to this film.
et je voulais absolument faire un film en français.
And I really wanted to create a film in French.
Et l'idée, je fais souvent des films engagés et je souhaitais faire mon 3e court-métrage aussi dans ce même, en ne quittant pas ces idées-là.
And during the process of this 3rd short film, I wanted to keep true to my ideas that I had previously expressed in my other shorts in this French short film.
Et ce film a une double lecture.
This film has a double meaning to it.
La première qui est la plus simple, c'est-à-dire le désir d'enfant.
The first, which is the most simple, the desire of the child.
Et le deuxième qui est la vision des pays du Nord sur les rapports qu'ont les pays du Nord avec les pays du Sud.
And the second meaning is that of the countries coming from the North versus the South, and how they view one another.
So, Lucas, the locations where the film was shot and the actors, tell us how you found the locations and how you found the actors.
Yeah, so about the shooting location, it was close to France. It's Corsica. I don't know if you heard about these islands. It's in the south, Corsica. So and we try to find an executive producer to make it to make the shooting possible. So we work with Alta Films, and then about the choice of the actors. Maybe Chabname, you can say something about it, but.
On a fait un casting pour trouver les acteurs parce qu'il me fallait des acteurs assez forts pour pouvoir porter ces personnages.
So we put out a casting call in order to find these strong characters that would be able to really portray the characters that we envisioned for the film.
Et Brigitte Rouen et Bruno Volkovitch sont des acteurs assez connus en France.
And Brigitte Rouen and
Bruno Volkovitch
are quite famous in France.
Et très forts dans leur jeu.
And very strong in their characters that they portray.
And what did you find the baby?
On a fait un casting et on a vu plein de bébés et la petite HIZIA s'est démarquée dès la première fois que je l'ai vue, donc ça a été elle.
So we did a bunch of casting calls. We saw a bunch of babies, and when we saw her, we knew right away that she was going to be the character HIZIA.
Explain to us was there a meaning behind the film?
Oh, you broke up there for a quick second.
Oh,
Could
I'm
you
sorry.
repeat that?
Oh, was there a meaning behind the bracelet that was in the film?
Y a-t-il un message derrière le bracelet dans le film?
Le bracelet, en fait, au moment où elle lui donne le bracelet, c'est juste un souvenir de cet enfant qui restera près de cette femme, en fait.
So the bracelet is supposed to symbolize, well, it was meant as a gift, as a souvenir, so that the child can commemorate the woman and can remember her in the future.
Okay, good. I'd like to let everyone know we are talking to the producer and the director of HIZIA. If you have questions, please put them in the Q&A portal and we'll get to them as time allows. And we do have a question. Someone wants to know is, why did you choose to have a baby as part of the film? Why did you, use a baby as part of telling the story?
Pourquoi tu décidais de choisir un bébé et non une jeune? Pourquoi le bébé?
Parce que un bébé, c'est très symbolique en fait. Comme je vous disais, il y a deux lectures dans ce film. Et ce bébé symbolise un peu le trésor et ce que quelqu'un ne peut pas avoir facilement, c'est-à-dire cette femme.
So the baby symbolizes the two meanings that we previously talked about in the film. And really, it's a symbol of treasure and something that we cannot acquire easily. And
Et c'est tout.
And
en fait, je ne sais pas à quel point je peux développer le truc. J'avais le désir juste de... Je reviens encore sur ce double sens du film, c'est-à-dire que venant de deux cultures différentes et de deux pays extrêmement différents, j'avais le désir de montrer comment est-ce que sous couvert de bienveillance, en fait, ce que symbolise le film en lui-même, la métaphore du film en lui-même, c'est comment sous couvert de bienveillance, on s'approprie quelque chose.
So coming from two different countries, I realized that the baby symbolizes a type of metaphor that through the eyes of sous couvert de bienveillance.
Sous couvert de bienveillance, c'est-à-dire qu'il y a les actions qu'on fait et comment on les justifie.
Okay. The baby is supposed to represent the actions that we do.
Une richesse. Le bébé représente une richesse.
The richness that exists.
Mm-hmm. Someone else wants to know, were there any difficult scenes to record with the baby?
Y avait-il des scènes qui étaient vraiment difficiles de faire avec le bébé?
Tout était difficile.
All of it was very difficult.
Parce qu'un bébé ne se dirige pas.
Because a baby does not direct itself.
Et en fait, on a très vite compris, c'était la première fois que je tournais avec un si petit bébé.
It was the first time I was shooting with such a small kid.
Et le premier jour, il n'a fait que pleurer et on avait 2 heures avec lui.
The first day, he was only crying and we only had 2 hours with him.
Et on a très vite compris et adopté un système.
We quickly understood and adopted a system.
Et il fallait chuchoter sur le plateau.
And we had to really be quiet and whisper on set.
Donc, tout le long du tournage, on a eu un plateau très silencieux, en fait.
So throughout the entire shoot, we were all extremely quiet.
Great. So many people are interested in the baby. Next question, a couple questions are, why was the baby named HIZIA, and does HIZIA have a deeper meaning than its name?
Non, je ne l'ai pas. HIZIA, c'était un prénom qui faisait autant Occident qu'Orient.
HIZIA is a name that is as much Occidental as Oriental.
Et je voulais avoir ce mariage des deux dans le prénom.
And I want to blend both in the name.
Okay, great. Someone wants to know, do you know a real person who looks like the woman who stole the baby?
Could you repeat that? Sorry.
Do you know of someone who actually looks like the woman who stole the baby?
Connais-tu une femme
Do you know anyone that looks like Louise?
L'actrice qui a vraiment volé le bébé?
Non, c'est pas du tout. C'est pas du tout tiré d'une histoire vraie. Hein.
It is not at all. It's not taken from a real story. This was all made up.
So yes, it was made up. We answered that. Why was Louise not charged for kidnapping at the end of the story?
Why was she what? Sorry?
Not charged for kidnapping. How come she didn't get arrested at the end?
Pourquoi elle s'est pas fait arrêter à la fin pour avoir kidnappé l'enfant?
Parce que en France, si on ne porte pas plainte,
In France, if you do not complain or go to the police with a complaint,
on va pas en prison.
you don't go to prison, essentially.
Okay. Someone wants to know, why did you choose a baby girl instead of a boy?
Pourquoi tu choisis une petite fille au lieu d'un garçon?
Pourquoi? J'ai une raison, je ne sais pas. Parce que je suis moi-même en procédure d'adoption et je vais adopter une petite fille. Je crois que ça doit...
Because I'm currently thinking of adopting a little girl, so I think it got to me, and that's why I chose a baby girl.
Okay. And how old were the two main characters supposed to be? What were their ages supposed to be?
Ils étaient censés avoir quel âge, les deux adultes?
Plus en âge, en tout cas, la femme ne devait plus être en âge d'avoir des enfants.
The woman was supposed to be at an age where she was no longer able to have children, and the man.
Plus ou moins la même chose, quoi.
And same for the man.
Okay. We had some people that joined us a little later. Can you tell us again how you got the idea for the story?
Donc, il y a des gens qui viennent juste participer à la conversation et ils voudraient qu'on répète comment l'idée était venue à l'esprit.
L'idée m'est venue parce que je suis, comme je vous disais tout à l'heure, moi-même en procédure d'adoption.
The idea came to me because I'm currently in the process of adopting a child.
Et je voulais parler de la nécessité qu'on avait à un moment donné à devenir mère.
And I want to talk about the necessity that we all have to, at some point in our lives, want to become a mother.
Et en deuxième lecture,
and as a second reading to the story,
je voulais que cette histoire soit engagée à l'image de mes autres films.
I wanted this film to have some type of correlation with works that I had previously made.
Et le transposer dans la vision qu'ont les pays du Nord envers les pays du Sud.
And show and demonstrate the vision that northern countries have.
Les pays riches ou les pays pauvres, peut-être, c'est plus explicite.
That northern countries have towards southern countries. In other words, more wealthier countries versus countries that have less means.
Et ce couple est la métaphore, en fait, de cette chose-là.
And the couple symbolizes this metaphor of both of these ideas combined.
See, so well, what is the significance of the man stealing the milk for the baby? And what is the significance of the man stealing the milk and the woman stealing the baby? You had two people who were stealing.
Donc pourquoi l'homme il a volé le lait et la femme elle a volé le bébé? Pourquoi ils ont tous les volés? Et qu'est-ce que ça représente?
La nécessité pour un homme seul qui a tout perdu de nourrir son enfant et une femme âgée qui n'a jamais eu d'enfant, la nécessité de devenir mère.
So for the man, it's the necessity to want to feed his child, and for the mother, for the woman, it's this need to want to become a mother.
Okay. Was the baby's father an immigrant? Was he supposed to be an immigrant in the film?
Oui.
Okay.
Yes, he was.
Yes, he was. Okay. Why didn't the couple give back the baby and adopt their own?
Pourquoi,
Well, why couldn't they just adopt their own?
pourquoi le couple n'a pas adopté? Pourquoi ils ont pris le bébé?
Je pense que c'est le fait d'être en contact avec cet enfant.
I think it's the fact of being in contact with this child
Qui fait naître le désir.
that gives birth to this desire.
Okay. Well, great. Do you think the man could have done more than to steal milk? Do you think he did other crimes besides stealing milk?
Penses-tu qu'il a fait d'autres crimes que avoir volé le lait? A-t-il volé autre chose? A-t-il
C'est pas quelque chose qui est sur lequel je réfléchis, et quand bien même il avait volé autre chose, il y a une expression en France qui dit la fin justifie les moyens. Quand vous n'avez rien, qu'est-ce que vous pouvez faire d'autre?
The idea wasn't to portray him as someone who went to go steal all the time. The idea is that, and there's this expression in France that says, when you don't have the means, you do what you must to feed your family, essentially.
Okay. Tell us about the location. Why did you make the film in that location?
Oh, so we've got some funds. So yeah, we try to because yes, it was Corsica. I do not remember, but we've got the funds over there in Corsica. So so it's necessary when we got the funds to shoot in the location you asked before, and then it was interesting for us to mix the type of character and just to understand the choice for this woman to take this baby, because this baby comes from another country. So this location was the best to make it possible and to believe about the story. It's clear?
Mm-hmm. Someone else wants to know, what happened to the baby's mother?
Que s'est-il passé à la mère?
On imagine que c'est un papa qui a fui son pays.
I imagined a father who fled his country.
Et il ne lui reste plus rien à part cet enfant.
And he had nothing else except for his child with him.
Donc on imagine que la mère est morte.
So in other words, I imagine that the mother was dead.
Okay. Someone else wants to know, why weren't the police more worried about the baby?
Pourquoi la police s'était pas donné plus de soucis envers l'enfant?
C'est toujours la parole du riche qui compte davantage que du pauvre. Hein?
It's always in favor. It's always more in favor towards the rich than towards the less wealthy.
Oh, that's interesting. Tell me, what has been the response and the reaction to this film?
Quelles ont été les réactions que vous avez reçues?
La situation a fait qu'on n'a pas pu projeter ce film.
The situation with what's going on in the world has made it difficult to show the film to many people and screen it.
Donc, s'il y a des réactions, on est curieux de le savoir.
So if you have any reactions, please, we're curious to know.
Yes, put some reactions in the Q&A. I'm loving your questions, students. We'll get to just a couple more as we're coming near the end of our time. another question is, why did the neighbor take the baby without asking more questions?
Pourquoi la voisine a pris le bébé sans poser plus de questions?
Parce que sa voisine qui la connaît bien lui donne la réponse avant qu'elle le demande.
Because her neighbor who knows her well gave her the answer prior to them asking.
Et qu'elle est dans l'urgence. Donc, elle lui donne en lui disant « Je suis dans l'urgence, je dois partir ».
And she senses the sense of urgency, so she gives the baby and then decides to leave immediately.
And another question is, do the police have a search warrant? Can the police just come in and look through someone's place?
Si la police a un papier en disant qu'on peut rentrer, est-ce qu'ils peuvent venir et rentrer dans les appartements?
Si on a un papier, on rentre, mais en l'occurrence, là, il n'y a pas de papier.
If they had a warrant, they could enter, but in this case, they did not have a warrant.
Okay, yeah. We have some comments. Some couple students says, I love the film. Someone else says a super film. Someone else said, I thought it was a really good film. So people have really enjoyed the film. Someone says, I like this movie. I would give it 10 out of 10. Okay. And yeah, one final question. I think we said, I'm not sure if we said this or not. Someone wants to know, how long did it take you? I know you answered it before. I'm not sure. How long did it take to make the film?
About the shooting, it was 6 days.
6 days. But it took what, about 2 years to get it?
Yes, from the beginning, about to make the script and the end of the post-production, it was yes, 2 years. 2 years, yeah.
Okay. Someone else said that they will actually get the film 11 out of 10. They really liked
cool.
it.
Good to know.
And someone else said they were a little afraid. They were afraid for the baby, but I guess they were glad that the baby was okay at the end. I'm just going to thank you all for your wonderful questions, students. I'm just going to ask one more question. And the question I want to get to is, I can't seem to find it right now, but I'll summarize the question. The question is, if you were going to make a part 2, a sequel to this film, what would happen? What would happen to Louise and the baby and so forth?
Si tu faisais une autre, la suite du film, que se passe?
Que deviendraient les personnages?
Je sais pas, j'ai pas réfléchi à ça, mais si on est très réaliste.
If I'm being realistic.
Ce père se retrouve à la rue avec cet enfant.
The father would end up on the street with the child.
Et je pense que ce couple se sépare parce qu'il y a eu beaucoup trop de problèmes.
And I think the couple would end up breaking up because there were many issues.
Okay, well, interesting. And I would challenge you students to come up with some ideas as well too, and send them in to your teachers. And oh, one last question. I thought about this earlier, but I'm glad someone asked this. What was the meaning behind having a dog in the film? Them having a dog.
Parce que ce chien, on le voit au début, ça symbolise, ça a remplacé l'enfant qu'ils n'ont pas eu.
The dog replaced the child that they did not have.
Et à la fin, on le voit plus parce que ce bébé a pris cette place, le vrai bébé a pris une place dans ce couple.
And at the end, we don't see him anymore because the baby was replaced or replaced the dog.
Mais on l'entend marcher.
But we can still hear the dog walk at the end.
Well, good. Well, before I say au revoir, what is next for you? Lucas, I'll start with you. Are you working on anything now that we can see from you soon?
Yes, so I'm preparing some, I'm developing 2 feature films for now, and I just shot another short film in Guayaquil in Ecuador. So we are doing the post-production now. So even if we are in a big lockdown today, we still continue to believe and to work and to make movies.
Okay, great. Good luck with that. And Shanaba, what about you? What are you working?
Je suis en train d'écrire mon long métrage.
I'm currently in the process of writing my first feature.
Et je suis en train de développer une série.
And I'm developing a show as well.
Très bien. Good luck with that.
Thank you.
Yes. Well, we are pleased to be joined by the producer and the director of HIZIA, Shanaba Zariaba and Lucas Toth. Thank you very much for joining us today. And can you say au revoir to our French-speaking students?
Merci beaucoup.
Et au revoir à tous. Merci.
Okay, thank you again. And thank you to our audience for joining us for this important and invigorating conversation. For more information about the current 45th Cleveland International Film Festival or any of our upcoming film festivals, please continue to follow us on social media or visit us at clevelandfilm.org. I'm Eric Siler. Thank you.